Today, we're making Irish soda bread using a 150-year-old family recipe, both gluten-free and regular. Interested? Here we go. The recipe calls for 1 3/4 cups of buttermilk. We don't have buttermilk, so we're gonna make some, and it's real easy. It's 1 tablespoon of lemon juice for every cup of milk. Stir the milk and lemon juice and let it stand for 5 to 10 minutes. Start working on the rest of the recipe. In the bowl, we have 4 cups of flour. This recipe is great because you can do it either with regular flour or you can do it with gluten-free. This is actually gluten-free, measure-to-measure flour. It's great. We use it in the kitchen all the time. The recipe is available at andreasrecipes.com. Now we are going to incorporate the dry ingredients. In the bowl with 4 cups of flour, we're going to put the salt, baking powder, that's 3 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. Now we add the butter. Now we're going to use a pastry blender to cut the butter in until crumbly. Trade off.
Alright.
You gotta be aggressive with this stuff.
Got it.
See, every time you... Oh, crap. No, there's a piece of butter over there.
Oh, and there's...
I use a knife a lot of the times to get the butter off. Pastry blenders work really well. I'm gonna work it till it's crumbly. That's 4 tablespoons of butter from a regular stick. Next, we're going to combine 1 egg to the 1 3/4 cups of buttermilk. Stir it up. Then add to the dry ingredients. And then stir until blended. Now we're going to add 2 cups of raisins. Now this is an old world recipe and you would put this on a dusted wooden board, but we're going to use a pastry silicone pad. We're going to knead the dough for 1 minute, no longer.
Like
If
this?
the dough is a little sticky, dust it with some extra flour. Take care not to overwork the dough or add too much flour or the dough will be tough. This is kneading.
Oh.
As you can see, we're both professional kneaders. Maybe the wooden board would be better. I don't know. Just mixing it all up. No more! Okay, now let's get all this dough off our hands. Can you get a soup spoon, please?
So kneading would be like what you just did.
Okay, we're gonna divide the dough in half and shape into 2 round loaves. Trust me, if my son can do this, and I can do this, anybody can do this. Do the other round loaf. Take one of these, put it in there. Okay, now we're gonna brush it with milk. That's good. First we gotta cut across. You could use a razor blade, you could use a knife. We just happen to have one of these. We're gonna make a cross 1/2 inch deep. I'm not sure that's 1/2 inch, but we shall find out. But come on, cross. Just hit the raisin barrier. Now we're going to put some milk wash on there. We're living dangerously. We're using the buttermilk, right? You wanted to use regular milk. Your hands are clean, right? Because you got undoughed.
Okay, I was just a little...
This is a sprinkle, dude. That's your loaf, this is my loaf. And we're lucky because we have a double oven. We use the top oven for gluten-free, and the bottom oven for gluten invaded. Now we got these two ready to go. We're gonna bake these for 35 to 40 minutes until golden brown, and that little beep tells us that the oven is ready. We have 350 degrees on the oven. We'll now place the buns in the oven. Middle rack, sir. You're gonna set the timer for 35 minutes, and we're off to the races. Here's the bread in its natural habitat. Yours is on the right, correct?
I think so.
We want to make sure we figure out whose is whose, so when we do the end of story, we got it right. Here we are at the halfway point. The loaves are expanding quite nicely. All right, we're at the 35-minute mark. It looks like they've gotten bigger, but they're not browned yet, so we're gonna let them go for another 5 minutes. Now it should be golden. Take both out and put them on the cooling rack. Now we have them cooling on the rack. They are golden. And which one's yours?
This one.
And which one's the better one? We don't know. But now I think we're gonna go with regular flour. So we have the whole setup here. It's gonna be pretty easy. We just did a reset. So in the bowl is 4 cups of regular unbleached all-purpose flour. We are gonna add 1 teaspoon of salt, 3 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, and 4 tablespoons of butter cold. And we're going to use the pastry, what?
Blender.
Pastry blender. Go!
Alright.
Have at it until it is crumbly. Son decided to take it on this time. Use the back of the knife. Here, what? Clean it off. Oh, back of the knife. Otherwise, we're going to get bad comments. Keep at it till it's crumbly.
All right.
That sound you hear in the background is the fan going on the bottom oven, because the bottom oven is for us regular folks that are not gluten intolerant, at least that we know of. Knife. Hold it away from the bowl. Till the crumbly stage. Go. So this time, on the buttermilk, we added an additional tablespoon of lemon, and we can obviously see it's curdly. Hopefully that comes out on camera. So that's 1 3/4 cups going in here. And 1 egg. This is a wet dough. I confirmed it with the expert, who is Andrea's Recipes. That happens to be my bride. Go. Where's the fork? Here we go. Oh, no, all right, put it in the dough. We're getting good at this stuff. Lens cap is in with the raisins. Not a good idea.
There's a spoon.
Where's the spoon? Get another one. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Hand off. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, actually, you gotta get the raisins in there, don't we? I don't know if this is 2 cups, but more raisins is better than less raisins.
I think it's 2 cups.
You think that's 2 cups?
Yeah.
Well, we had 2 cups before, and now we got another 2 cups. All right, good, go. And actually, see where you want it now.
Oh, there's a big chunk.
Of butter?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. Did you do it to the crumbly stage?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it's dough right there.
Asian family recipe. Come on, this is like what? Again, it is a wet dough. Get the pastry, whatever you call this again. Silicone pastry thing.
Stop, I guess.
Now we're gonna flour this surface and then put this wet dough on it. Boy, it looks a lot wetter than it did last time, didn't it? This is my son's 2nd attempt at kneading. I think he understands what it is this time. We'll see. Pouring the dough out on a floured surface of the silicone pastry pad. It is your 2nd time at attempt at kneading. You can only knead for 1 minute. Go. Yeah. We are not to over knead this dough.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Okay,
it's
you gotta
so
get it off
sticky. It's so sticky.
It's a wet dough.
Yeah. Yep.
You're such a teenager.
Oh my goodness.
Not a minute more. There's 31 seconds. You know, if this comes out, you will just be utterly amazed.
All right.
All right, I think this scraper thing is a good idea. All right, come on, knead.
Man.
All you're doing is making it look like a glob of pasty goo.
Oh my goodness.
I'm on your side.
Yeah.
Switch
all right.
sides. Serpentine. Dude,
Oh goodness. I can't move my
can't shut All right. We're gonna scrape it off with a spoon like we did last time.
All right. Oh my goodness.
All right, you can't knead anything. Stop the kneading
Yeah,
process.
Yeah.
Where's the spoon? Where'd it go? Hold on.
No.
My hands are clean this time.
Yeah. So that's a good thing. Oh wow.
We're gonna use our technique from last time, which is scrape it off. Oh God, it's a lot wetter than this gluten one. You washed your hands, right?
Yeah, I did.
Good, because
It's like freaking.
you look like
What did
a
you?
man from Atlantis with webbed hands. Believe me, it's gonna be good, and we're gonna bake all the bad things out of it. Now we're gonna form into a ball and
This
put it
is
into two
cute.
pans. So the gluten is much more sticky than the ungluten, or the gluten-free. Bring the two trays over. Okay, which one's yours? Yours is gonna be this one, right?
Yeah. All right.
So I'm gonna use this scraper and just kind of.
All right. It's actually getting a lot better, but it's still.
You think it looks better than it did before? We formed it kind of into a ball. It's a wet dough. This is my mother's recipe. Maybe we should have called her first, huh? Put yours in there. You need help or you got it? You need help, don't you?
Probably. It's actually a lot better, but it's still sticky.
I don't know how you're gonna put the cross in there.
Oh, goodness gracious. Like I have to lift it with this thing.
All right. You're killing me. You know, I want to live to a long age. Get the thing over here. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna put some more flour
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
yours. See if it makes a difference. So if yours turns out great, but you're not supposed to overflour it because it's a wet dough. Mine just doesn't look right.
Try like forming in balls still.
Forming into a ball.
Yeah.
Get your pan over here.
All right.
All right, try to make it into a ball now. And I'm gonna actually put more
Oh.
flour in mine.
Yeah. Put more flour in mine. Goodness gracious.
Yours is fine. So I put a little more flour in mine. It actually looks not so bad, but do you want to try putting yours back in?
Yeah. Wait.
Recycle? I don't know. Okay, yours did same thing mine did. So now I gotta scrape this out. I think the dough's rising better than it did on the gluten-free. What do you think?
Yeah.
Seems bigger. We'll put a little more flour on top here. Oh, you can't do flour because you got your hands all goofed up. Don't want to over flour. I'm feeling a little better about this now. Oh, look at that. It looks kind of like a ball.
All right. It's looking better.
So I think we might have survived this. You know, this actually looks like some sort of lava flow thing. Okay, so now where's the cutter?
Yeah, that one.
Okay, do I dare trust you with yours? So we're gonna cut. Where's the milk? We gotta make sure we figure out which one's yours and which one's mine. This is regular milk. Okay, we're gonna put a lot more sugar on it too.
Is that
What do you
regular
say?
milk?
This is 2% milk. Thank you for asking. Now we have that on the video. I'm putting lots of milk. Milk up. And I'm gonna put a lot more sugar on this one. I don't think I put enough sugar on the last one. We are rookies at this. This is usually something my wife makes, but she's really busy. Wow, I think maybe I over-sugared it. It looks like a sugar donut now. You ready? You want me to sugar it or you want to sugar
No,
it?
I'll sugar it.
Okay, is your hands dry?
Yeah, my hands are dry.
Okay. You want to drink the milk? What do you think?
You're looking good.
A little more sugar for you? I like the sugar on the Irish soda bread. Don't you? Now, transition of the camera to the bottom stove. To verify, we do have 350 degrees in the bottom or the gluten slimed oven. Pull it open. So here we go. Left is mine, right is yours, right?
Yeah.
Slowly put it in there. Set the timer for 35 minutes. And we'll see how it goes. Halfway point, it's certainly rising up and filling the pan. A lot more than the gluten version. It was very wet. The cross is disappearing. Here we are at the 35-minute mark. We're gonna put it in for another 5 minutes until it gets golden. Shutting off the oven. It's been in there for about 43 minutes. Here's my gluten-free, here's my full-blown gluten. This is my son's gluten-free and his full-blown gluten. A couple things we've noticed, same amount of flour used. This is smaller, but the cross is more prominent in both of these. This is bigger, we've tested both, and they come out clean. So it appears that both are done. Gluten-free, full gluten. They're pretty heavy. Let's open it up and see what they look like in the inside. So So the crumb or the inside of it looks pretty much the same. Not bad. Let's taste it. These are great with a little bit of butter. Nice texture, very bready, moist, pretty good. Gluten-free has a tendency to be dry. This one I think I might have gotten just right. Let's taste this one. It's rice flour. It's a little more cakey. This is bready. This is cakey. Both are very passable. We usually toast them up and put some butter on them. Probably get really close, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Going in for a second piece, I'm doing the middle of the loaf. Both are very good. You should try them. Do your own taste test. See which one you prefer. Thumbs up and comments always appreciated. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe below and stay tuned for more builds, baking, gardening coming soon.